What's up, people? What's up? It is Wednesday. Wednesday morning, folks. You're rocking with the baddest, hottest morning show right now. Get your coffee, get your pancake, get your breakfast pastry, your sausage, egg, cheese, McGriddle, whatever you got right now. You're locked in. Bama Vision. Yours truly, Stephen Smith of the Bama Standard Network. SEC Media Days this week in Atlanta at the Omni Hotel. Bama speaks today. Kagan aboard. And the three guys he's brought with him, Deontay Austin, linebacker, Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, Tim Keenan, the third defensive lineman, will all speak today, preferably, I believe, 9 a.m. this morning in Atlanta. But you're right here with me, yours truly, Stephen M. Smith, the Bama Standard Network, Bama Visions. Folks, happy to have you in here right now. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Give us a thumbs up right here. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Be a part of your family right here. Do not miss anything when it comes down to Alabama football, Alabama athletics content. We got a lot to talk about here on today's show. First and foremost, you guys have been asking about these body transformations, these weight gains, these weight losses. Anybody that switched to jersey number, we got that information for you right here. You talk about off-season body changes that have happened for the Crimson Tide prior to fall camp coming in. Number two, we'll get into Christian Robinson, Bama's outside linebackers coach. He's on a heater, on a tear in the recruiting trail, on the recruiting trail. Can this continue for him? And what needs to happen for him this upcoming season with the outside linebacker position is concerned for him to continue being on that heater in recruiting. And last but not least, we'll go to the wide receiver room where we pick up and we talk about a young man. Could this particular player, I'm referring to Bubba Hampton, where does he fit in this room? Could he have a big season? Could he make some type of an impact? We'll get into him as well. But folks, get your comments in. We're saving questions to the end here. Happy to have you guys be a part of the show. As always, WhitwillSports.com. You got to get you a title towel. Thomas Whitaker, Lavelle Wilson, love those guys. Great product. They stand behind it. I do as well. You got to have 100,000 plus of these waving, twirling, screaming Saban Field, Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa all season long in support of King and the Board and the Alabama Crimson Tide. You probably need to have a good bit of these going in Tallahassee, Florida on August 30th as the Crimson Tide take on the Seminoles. But WhitwillSports.com, that's WhitwillSports.com. You use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice little discount there, courtesy of your favorite program, the Bama Standard. But we're going to get into a couple of your comments here before we start the show. All you guys get your comments in right now. And here we go. We start off with my guy, Coach Juan is in here. Roll Tide, my guy. SEC Media Days. Let's go. Yes, roll tide to you, Coach Juan. SEC Media Days today. Well, this week, today is Bama's Day. Kagan DeBoer, Deontay Austin, Tim Keenan III, and Caden Proctor speaking this morning, 9 a.m. We got my guy, Jay Walker. Get us a roll tide to you, Jay. We got Sherry Fisher checking in. Sherry, good morning, Stephen. Roll tide. Good morning to you, Sherry. Happy to have you in here. Cole, giving us a roll tide. Appreciate you, Cole. Thank you so much here. Eric D is in here. Stephen M. Smith, what's up? Roll Tide. Appreciate you, Eric D. Jay Walker comes back with C-Rob recruiting straight killers. Christian Robinson has been on a tear. He's been on a heater on the recruiting trail. We'll get to that here in the show. C. Bama is in here with the Roll Tide. Appreciate you, C. Bama. Let's see here. Anitra is in here. Good morning and Roll Tide. Happy to see you and hear you in here, Anitra. Eric D writes in. So far, first question. We'll save that to the end. We'll save that to the end there. But appreciate you, Eric D, for your question. Continue to get your thoughts in, get your questions in, get your comments in as we are in the show right now. Bama Visions here, Bama Standard Network. But we'll start this off. Super Chats also welcome. Super Chats also encouraged if you are willing to donate here to the show on today. But we get into topic number one here of the conversation, and that being the body transformations, the physical changes that have happened with Alabama football this offseason, whether we're talking about key weight gains, key weight losses, guys getting bigger, faster, stronger to be able to bully people off the football, or guys dropping some weight, getting leaner, getting quicker, getting faster, having that speed, having the ability to do what they need to do weight-wise, body-wise to be effective here on the field. And for Alabama, we got quite a few of these to get to. So let's start with the weight gains here. Let's start with the weight transformations as far as the weight gains. Number one at quarterback, Keon Russell, baby. Big Key Russ, former five-star freshman, Duncanville High School out of Texas. This young brother came in at 175. Shouts out to David Ballou, the strength staff, the nutrition staff. Key Russ is at 194. Woo-hoo! Has gone from 175 to 194, has put on the weight, and a lot of people were wondering. They had questions. Would Key Russ add some weight to his frame? He's done it. It's gone from 175 to 194, and this is somebody that he's going to get reps this season at quarterback. He's got to get some reps. I don't see him as the starter. That's Ty Simpson as the starter. But I think Keon Russell is going to get reps. He's going to get playing time. He's going to get opportunities, right? So him going from 175 to 194, that's a big deal. Another weight gain, come on down, Keon Keeley. He's a true bandit. He's a true field side defensive end now. Keon Keeley, who came in as a five-star in the 2023 class from Tampa, Florida. He came in at 242. He has grown from 242 to 282. Look at the weight Keeley's put on. At 40 pounds, he's gone from 242 to 282. So he is a field side defensive end. He's a bandit, the biggest bandit on the roster at 282 pounds. That's Keon Keeley right there on the offense, on the defensive front. Another weight transformation here. We go to Jackson Lloyd on the offensive line, who came in that 2025 class. Jackson Lloyd. He came in the same class with the likes of Mal Waldrop, Michael Carroll, Michael DeBose, came in that class. Jackson Lloyd has gone from 280 to 318 pounds. That's promising. Came in at 280 as an offensive tackle, 280. He's now 318. What that says, Jackson Lloyd is going to get playing time in that rotation as an offensive tackle. I mean, he could be the one that fills in the shoes left behind by Caden Proctor when Proctor pursues the NFL after this season. So Jackson Lloyd going from 280 to 318 on the offensive line. That's a big deal. That's a positive weight transformation right there. At the running back position, you got Daniel Hill, who's now 244 now. Daniel Hill looking weight-wise like Derrick Henry. Big, bruising, powerful back. Can he put it all together? That's the big thing. Because you've got Jam Miller, you've got Richard Young as kind of your 1-2. Dre Washington's good. Transfer coming in from Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. You do have Kevin Riley. You also have A.K. Deer. But Daniel Hill, who had a really good spring, he's now 244 pounds. Weight-wise, he's Derrick Henry, weight-wise. And I remember here at the Bama Standard Network, Bama Standard Show, we had Daniel Hill on with us during the offseason, and he said he patterns his game. He models his game after Derrick Henry being that big, physical, bruising back. Daniel Hill, 244 pounds, people. That's a big deal. That's a very, very, very big deal there. So that's Daniel Hill. Another weight gain, we go to another young player, defensively linebacker, edge linebacker, that being Justin Hill. Justin Hill, who had a good spring. Hill has gone from 220 to 242 pounds. That's a big jump. That's about what, 12? That's 22 pounds. He's gone from 220 to 242. That's a big jump there for Justin Hill. A guy who can play the run, a guy that can get out for the quarterback, a guy that can drop back in pass coverage and play defense. We heard so many rumblings back in the spring. Justin Hill getting interceptions in scrimmages, getting interceptions in spring practice, showing you his ability from the linebacker perspective to drop back in coverage and put his eyes on the quarterback, read the eyes of the quarterback, and flow to the football. But this young man right here, former four-star in the 2024 class, or the 2025 class, this kid is 242 pounds. Came in at 220, now 242. Justin Hill, that's big. You look at Marshall Pritchett at tight end. Oh, baby, came in at 215. He's 248 now. That's a big jump. 215. And he came in as a big play tight end, as a big play weapon, not just a blocker, but can run the routes. He's got the hands, can be explosive, can make catches, can make plays. He's coming in now, 248, adding some weight, adding some physicality to his frame to show the coaching staff, Brian Ellis in particular, tight ends coach, but I can put my hands on some guys. I can block. I can mow some guys to the ground. I can be an extension of the offensive line if I need to be, but he's gone from 215 to 248. You look at Josh Cuevas at tight end. He's gone from 251 to 258, adding 7 pounds to his frame. Here's a guy that's going to be looked at by draft pundits, by draft prognosticators as a good value pick in next year's NFL draft. And I'm pretty sure Jim Nagy and the Reese's Senior Bowl guys down there in Mobile, they're going to be documenting him as well. So Josh Cuevas, who had a productive year last season, he's gone from 251 to 258 pounds. We continue with weight gains. We now go to Steve Bolo Mbamoa on the defensive line. Mbamoa has gone from 290 to 302. Big Steve Bolo Mbamoa is now 302 pounds on that defensive line. We go to Latzia Brooks at wide receiver, who had a phenomenal spring, who had a phenomenal high school career. This young freshman has gone from 170 to 191. He's added weight. He's bulked up. Has not reduced his speed, has not reduced his quickness, but he's gone up from 170 to 191. That's Latzia Brooks. And then last but not least, defensively, we got here Fatuta Henry. Fatuta Henry has gone from 220 to 248 as a defensive player, defensive lineman, as a bandit linebacker, so as a bandit player. So Henry has gone from 220 to 248. So we've got some impressive weight gains here. When you look at the weight losses, guys that have dropped weight to really truly help them in terms of their speed, quickness, things of that nature. We go first off to Deontay Lawson in terms of weight losses. D-Law, who's at SEC Media Days today, accompanying Kalen DeBoer, he's dropped from 239 to 228. So that's going to help his speed. That's going to help, a lot of things where D-Law is concerned. So he's dropped from 239 to 228 there. You got Quay Rusaw, who's dropped from 251 to 243. Helping that quickness, being able to close on the quarterback, hit home on the quarterback. Quay Rusaw dropping from 251 to 243. You've got Jordan Renard, who made a minor drop. He dropped from 268 to 265, dropping 3 pounds there. So that's Jordan Renard going from 268 to 265 on the defensive line. I mean, you got LT Overton on the defensive line. That's dropped from 284 last year to 278 playing right now. So you've got some guys that have made some impressive weight gains. You've also got some guys that have made some weight drops here. And some of these drops due to, like I said, wanting to get quicker, wanting to get smaller, wanting to have that quickness, that lateral quickness moving up and down the field there. And then some of the weight losses may be due to, injuries that happen, right? Injuries that happen, you're coming back from injury, you're trying to prevent, the injury from happening again. So some of that is geared toward that, but we have some impressive weight gains. We also have some impressive weight losses. I know a lot of people are referring to or talking about, well, Steven, where's Caden Proctor? Where's Caden Proctor? Proctor is 366. So right now on the roster, he's 366. In the spring, he was about 360 in the spring. He's now 366 right now. The biggest thing for Caden Proctor is going to be his footwork and his hand placement and his technique. The biggest thing for Proctor, footwork and technique. He can get footwork and technique in order, he's going to be fine. Footwork and technique are going to be the biggest things for him. But as I look at probably the biggest weight transformations right now, Key Russ going to 194 from 175. That's darn impressive to me. Keeley now at 282. That's impressive. And I feel like he's going to play a role here at that bandit spot, field side defensive end. Watch him. Jackson Lloyd on the offensive line going to 318. He is going to get reps at offensive tackle. Whether it's left tackle, whether it's right tackle, Jackson Lloyd's going to get big reps there. Justin Hill going to 242 as an edge guy, bringing edge pressure. He's going to play a role where that is concerned. You look at Steve Bolo in Bamoa, you got him going at 302 on that defensive line. Good 300 pounds there for him. Latzia Brooks going to 191 from 170, but still keeping the quickness, still keeping the ability to move there, even with adding some weight to his frame. So these are all positives. These are all positives here. You look at Alabama and these weight transformations, these body transformations here. But right now, we're going to go back to the chat line to get some of your thoughts here as we're holding questions to the end of the show. Let's see here. We continue with. And so we got some good comments here. Continue to get your comments, roll those in here. Appreciate all of you guys. My guy DP, Don Parker. Good morning from DC and Bama versus all y'all. Don Parker, absolutely. We got my girl Lisa in here. Lisa, yes. Lisa's in here. Let's go. She's also giving me a good morning. Good morning to you, Lisa. A good morning to you as well. We'll get to that question 6-0 at the end there. Anitra giving us a wow and the strength emoji there. That being going back to the weight gains, the weight losses, guys giving themselves the right body transformation, the right body conditioning, if you will, heading into this upcoming season. Lisa writes in, Proctor just said, Chuck just said, we will know our quarterback in August. I think Coach DeBoer and Grubb using two quarterbacks. So Caden Proctor not giving out who the quarterback's going to be at media days. Proctor says, hey, you want to know who the quarterback is? When's our first game, August 30th against Florida State? You'll see then. So like that answer, they're coming from one Caden Proctor. Latoya giving us a roll tide. Appreciate you, Latoya. Don Parker writes in, I am seriously hoping Keeley gets the opportunity this season. I still think he has that Orakpo, Julius Peppers potential if given the opportunity. Big names there, DP. Orakpo and Julius Peppers right there. But Keeley has that frame. He has the makeup to do it. Putting it all together on the field with the opportunity, that's the big thing for Keeley this season. Putting on the field. Remember, he came in as an outside traditional jack rush outside linebacker during the Saban regime. Now you're looking at him under Kane DeBoer, under Kane Womack in this 4-2-5 swarm defense. He now fits as a field side defensive end, as a defensive end on that front line. Want to see Kingley get that done there at that position as he's gone as he's gone to 282 pounds now. We got Latoya and Anitra giving both of those two together, shouting at each other with roll tides there. Gotta love that. Anitra writes back in, can't wait to see these guys hit the field. That should be the main message, Anitra, at Media Days. You want to see what we about? Turn on the tape. You will watch us on the field. Don't give us no can-do speech. Don't give us what we're trying to do, what y'all gonna do. If you want to see Bama, put your eyeballs on us August 30th when we take the field against Florida State in Tallahassee. That should be the message. From DeBoer to the players. We're not giving you no can-do nonsense. So watch us hit the field and clap up Florida State. That's what you should do. Watch us hit the field and clap up Florida State. That's it. Sherry Fisher writes in, got to get ready so you can stay ready. That's the main thing. Be ready so you don't have to get ready. Be ready from the go. Be ready from the jump. Getting yourself prepared now. So when you see Florida State, you're ready to go ahead, shut them up, August 30th in Tallahassee. There you go. Lisa writes in, Deontay Lawson is back, baby. D-Law is back. Coming off a leg injury he suffered in the Oklahoma game last season. So dropping that weight from 239 to 228, definitely want that to help him out with more of his lateral quickness there, but happy to have D-Law back in the fold here. Let's see. Coach Warren writes in, we always have some surprise players. Bama's always got some surprise guys that, you weren't expecting to be big time, but we'll see. We'll see how they do. We'll see how they do. Lisa writes in, Bama defense will be solid. Bama defense will be good. It will be good. Here's my question. With Kane Womack, can it be a top 3 to top 5 defense? That's the main thing U.S. Bama Nation wants to know. Can it be a top 3 to top 5? It may not be number 1, but at the very least, can you be top 3 to top 5? Can you be that across the board? And that's what you're asking for when you look at this team. Don Parker, thank you, Stephen, for those updates. I'm always interested in the work the players put in during the offseason, as well as the level of attention being provided by the coaching staff. Coaching staff is having that discipline. They're providing that attention. But it's good to see the players get their bodies in the right condition, whether it is needing to add weight, whether it's needing to lose weight, for whatever case, whatever reason. Good to see these players take that body conditioning and that transformation seriously. More shouting out among you guys, the fans. Sherry shouting out Anitra, and then we got here Lisa shouting out Anitra as well. So I appreciate you guys showing the love to everybody, showing the love across the room there. Don Parker writes in, still very concerned about Proctor regarding footwork, aggression, and how his conditioning will be as the season progresses. So that's the main thing I have with Proctor. Having the footwork in order, having the technique in order. He has those things in order. Caden Proctor will be okay. I'm telling you, he'll be fine. Anitra writes in, Stephen is breaking it down. Love it. Going back to the body transformations. Had to break that down for all of you guys. You have been asking for that. Those body transformations, we got you right here on the show. Let's see. Lisa writes in, Stephen, they all need to add weight and speed. And that's what Lisa, a lot of them have added. They've added weight. Some of them have gotten a lot of them have gotten that speed down. I'm looking forward to the season. I'm really looking forward to the season. Absolutely. Let's see. Anitra, going back to Ryan Williams, says Williams looks a little bulked up to me. Ryan has added some weight. Ryan has gone from 175 when he came in to 185. Ryan Williams has put on 10 pounds. He's gone from 175 to 185. So Ryan Williams has added some weight there to his frame. We got Nicholas writing in, with all of the rumors going on about Nick Saban, I would like to see him and DeBoer work together, and I would like to see him be second in charge on and be on the defensive side of the ball. There's been a lot Nicholas made about, is Nick Saban coming back to coaching? Greg McElroy, former Alabama quarterback, put that conversation out yesterday the open media days on Monday. And I know people were just eating it up. And Greg wouldn't say that for no reason. To me, though, I don't see Saban coming back to coaching just due to he's in the best spot of his life right now. He's getting a check everywhere you turn. Nick's getting a $500,000 check from Bama to be an advisor. You don't have to be in that grind no more. Just be an advisor. Nick getting an ESPN check. Nick getting checks from commercials. Nick getting a Social Security check. Nick getting check on check on check. Nick even drawing in a Mercedes-Benz check. Nick getting money. Money hand over fist. Nick is getting money everywhere, man. Nick got Nick got income cycling in from everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Like, Nick don't have to coach. He don't have to. And in this day and age of college football, where you have name, image, likeness, now, yes, with Saban making these conversations on Capitol Hill, with Saban making these conversations at the house up there, DC, and trying to improve the game that we're in and that we love so much, that we enjoy so much, I can understand Nick Saban probably still having an itch to want to come back and coach, and it would take the perfect situation for him to do that. But I'm going to say this, with the grandbabies and Miss Terry and, everything that he's juggling right now, I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I don't see it right now. He's in the best situation right now. I just don't see it. But if Nick Saban decides to do it anyway, we will see what happens. We'll see what happens, though. Let's see here. Continuing with more information here, more of your comments. Nicholas says he can't wait for the season to get started. Nick, I don't blame you. I'm ready for the season to get started myself. We got here Lisa, appreciating the shout out from all of you, the fans, and the shout out from me as well. So appreciate you, Lisa, being in the conversation. Tevin Watson writes in, our secondary is going to be the best in college football. Bama secondary is legit now. They good. And Bama secondary had some guys to put on some weight, including one, Ivan Taylor. Bray Hubbard has put on weight too. Big boom Bray Hubbard is now 213 pounds. So I'm just saying, Bama secondary is ready to get some things done here this season. Lisa writes in, right, Steven, going back to Coach Saban, I just don't see it. I don't see it. If Saban comes back, I'll be happy for him. But I just don't see it. The brother is making money hand over fist right now. He looks younger. Do y'all not see Saban got a little beard going? Saban look like he aging in reverse. Saban look like he 50. Like 50 on a yacht somewhere. Like the man look good. He done got an Emmy now. Like, I'm just saying. He living his best right now. If I was Saban, I wouldn't do it. But once again, I'm not Nick Saban, so I don't know what he's gonna do. But it's a very interesting conversation that's been brought up, to say the least. Don Parker writes in, Coach Saban not only is getting that money, he's out living his best life too. If he does coach again, I believe it'll be in the NFL. So there's Don Parker's thoughts there. If Saban coaches again, Don Parker sees him in the NFL. That'll be interesting right there. Moon Rocker comes in. Nick ain't coming back to do nothing. Sorry, college football commissioner. Maybe NFL coach. So Moon Rocker joining Don Parker and saying if Saban was to come back and coach, it'll be in the NFL. We got Anitra comes in. He's enjoying his retirement and family. Anitra, Saban loves them grandkids. Saban loves them grandbabies now. He loves them grandkids. So he's enjoying that retirement. He's enjoying being a part of the ESPN family with College Game Day. He's enjoying just being an advisor to the Alabama football staff and getting a paycheck off that. So I'm just saying. Moon Rock also giving me a roll tide. Roll tide to you, Moon Rock. I happy to have you in here. Latoya writes in, Miss Terry has some chores for Saban to do. He won't have time. Terry got some work. Miss Terry got some work for him to do. We all know that. Miss Terry got some work for that man to do. Now, we all know Nick Saban at times don't like that work, but Miss Terry got some work for that man to do. I'm just saying. Anitra writes in with the laughing faces of Toya. Look, Miss Terry got some work for that joker to do. Sometimes Nick don't like that kind of work, but she got some work for him to do as well. So you got to get up to Miss Terry one time. Absolutely. We got Lisa right in. What time will Kagan DeBoer be speaking this morning, Stephen? Typically, Bama would be speaking right now, but normally whoever speaks first, which is kind of the Football Writers Association of America, they like to drag their stuff out. So if DeBoer is not up there now, probably 9:30-ish, you'll be talking. So if the Football Writers of America is still up there, or if Steve Shaw, the commissioner of officials, is still up there, or because they normally have somebody speaking, Miss Lisa, prior to Bama talking. So if that person that speaks before is dragging their conversation out, then DeBoer between 9:30-ish and possibly 10. So that would be my guess right there. But appreciate Lisa for that question. James Lambert writes in, this world craves gossip. Nick's done coaching, in my opinion. James, I couldn't agree with you more. This world craves relevant topics. This world craves controversy. This world craves what's trending so we can get on the conversation, right? So Nick Saban possibly coming back. That was trending. So people had to take part there in that conversation. But I think Nick's done as well. I think Nick's done. Tevin Watson writes in, Coach Saban ain't hurting for money. I said he ain't hurting for it, man. Brother making money everywhere. Everywhere you turn. The brother pocketing cheddar. I mean, Nick Saban is the living Wu-Tang Clan song. Cream, casuals, everything around me. Get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Like, Nick Saban is literally living the Wu-Tang Clan song. Like right now. He's the walking Wu-Tang Clan song. Period. Let's see. Lisa's sitting here going, Greg always starts stuff. Greg, look, I think Greg truly has some information. I don't think it was nothing out of the ordinary for Greg to say that. I don't think Greg wouldn't just say that just to say what he said. I think there's some smoke to it. But once again, I don't think it happens. There's some smoke to it, but I don't think it happens. Anitra writes here, yes, he loves his grands. He loves them grandkids. Saban loves them grandkids. So we going to see, y'all. We going to see. Lisa writes in, Nick is fine, y'all. And I'm sure Miss Terry is keeping him busy. Terry Saban is definitely keeping him busy. Absolutely. Let's see. Moon Rocker, short of college football commissioner. Sorry, multitasking there. So, hey, Moon Rock, appreciate your thoughts right there. Saban as a commissioner of college football, I would like that. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be interesting. But if he was to go to the NFL, I think that would be interesting as well. Look at this. Don Parker writes in, Miss Terry enjoying not seeing Nick's not seeing Coach so stressed out too. Yeah, right. Miss Terry is also happy to see Nick Saban not being stressed as much as he once was. I'm just saying. Absolutely. My guy Kelsey writes in, Bama is up from what I see on TikTok. DeBoer is behind the mic. So DeBoer is made to the mic, y'all. DeBoer is made to the mic now. He's made to the mic now. So Bama's talking now. DeBoer has made to the mic. Bama's talking now. Lisa, SEC Network always lags a little bit. So DeBoer's made to the mic now. He's probably made to the mic now. SEC Network kind of lags a little bit because you know they have the coaches kind of in the radio room first. And then after they leave the radio room, then they hit the big TV room where SEC Network and ESPN and all those areas are. So they normally have them in the radio room first. This is just during my time covering media days. They normally have them in the radio room first, and then they move them to of the big TV room. So that he's making his way. So SEC Network typically has a lag there. It says here, Nick Saban got that cream that best believe he would come back if they have to pay him. Look, Nick Saban's living the Wu-Tang Clan life right now in terms of cream getting the money. But it all comes down to if it's the perfect situation, he would come back and coach. Kelsey writes in, Steven, I'm shocked you're not there. The only reason, Kelsey, I'm not there is once again in this season of my life, preparing to be a dad to my first big baby here. So my wife here due in November. So I'm just preparing myself where being a dad here is concerned. And so in this sense, I chose to kind of take a step back here and kind of watch it from a fan perspective the way you guys are. So that is definitely what I'm doing here. Alfonso Cloud, I love Nick, but it's Kingdom's time. Right, it's King and DeBoer's time. You love Nick Saban, but it is King and DeBoer's time. Absolutely. Don Parker writes back in, I would hope Coach will come back to Bama. Just saying. I mean, man, hey, you look at this right here. Don Parker hoping that Saban comes back to Bama. I don't see it. I think it'll be a whole bunch. I think it'll be a whole bunch of commotion if Saban were to come back to Bama, but we'll see. Joe Bomba is in here. Congrats, brother. Appreciate my guy Joe Bombo being a part of the show here, helping us out on a Wednesday. So we're going to continue here with the second topic of conversation. You guys continue to get your thoughts in live on the show. Kagan DeBoer is at the podium speaking for Alabama football, bringing his guys with him, that being Deontay Lawson, Tim Keenan III, and Caden Proctor. But topic 2 here of discussion, we're going to look at one, Christian Robinson. Alabama outside linebackers coach Christian Robinson. He came to Bama in the 2024, he came on staff 2024. This guy played linebacker at Georgia. He's coached at Georgia. He's coached at Florida. I believe he also coached at Auburn prior to coming to the University of Alabama. This guy has been on a heater in terms of the recruiting trail. People talk about the job Courtney Morgan has done, and Courtney Morgan's been phenomenal. People talk about the job Kagan DeBoer has done, and he has gotten back to establishing the state of Alabama in terms of recruiting. People talk about the job that Maurice Linguist has done, and Coach Mo has been knocking that sucker out of the park. People talk about the job Jamarcus Shepard has done, and Coach Shep has been fantastic. But this brother right here, do not turn your nose up at Christian Robinson. He's been on a heater on the recruiting trail. You look at last season, you look at the 2025 cycle, Christian Robinson had a hand in getting 4-star Justin Hill, edge linebacker. He also had a hand in getting Duke Johnson at that linebacker position. This class right here, 2026, Christian Robinson has had a hand. Christian Robinson has gotten the verbal commitment of 5-star Xavier Griffin, edge linebacker. He's gotten the commitment of 4-star linebacker Jamarian Matthews. He's gotten the commitment of 3-star linebacker from the state, Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Kamarian Johnson. He's working right now. Christian Robinson, he's working right now on Tank Jones out of Mobile, Alabama, St. Paul's Episcopal High School. Christian Robinson's working on Tank Jones. If he gets Tank, that would be the 10th verbal in-state commitment. It would be 20 verbal commitments overall. But if Christian Robinson can land Tank, that's the 10th in-state verbal kid. That is big time if Christian Robinson gets Tank. And he's also working on Nick Abrams II, who is from Maryland. So Christian Robinson, he's already got 3 guys in the fold. He's got a verbal from Xavier Griffin, 5-star. He's got a verbal from Jamarian Matthews, 4-star. He's got a verbal from Kamarian Johnson, 3-star. He's got a verbal from all 3 edge guys. Working on Tank Jones, working on Nick Abrams II. And even though, KJ Ford, Oregon's looking at him, other people are looking at him, I wouldn't count out KJ Ford either. I still want to count out KJ Ford from Duncanville, Texas as an edge rusher because it's not over until pen hits the paper. It's not over until pen hits the paper, people, and you're on that dotted line. It's not over until then. So Christian Robinson has been doing a fantastic job. He's been out there recruiting his tail off. You got Xavier Griffin verbally committed. You got Jamarian Matthews verbally committed. You got Kamarian Johnson verbally committed. He's working on Tank Jones hard, working on Tank Jones. You look at Nick Abrams, he's working hard on Nick Abrams II, working hard on both of those two. And then you look at KJ Ford. It's not over. I understand Oregon's in the mix. I understand other schools are in the mix, but it's not over. You look at KJ Ford. So you got to give Christian Robinson a lot of credit for what he is doing right now on the recruiting trail. And what's going to help him out a whole lot is what he is able to do with the guys that he did not recruit, he inherited, but the numbers that he can pop out with these guys. And I'm referring to guys like Quay Russaw and Yanze Pierre. Quay Russaw and Yanze Pierre, they both came in 5 stars in state the 2023 class. Quay Russaw from Montgomery by the way of Carver High School. And then you look at Yanze Pierre by the way of Eufaula, Alabama, Eufaula High School. Both of those two, Christian Robinson inherited. Now, Quay Russaw last year showed flashes of big-time potential. Yes, he got hurt, but he didn't show flashes. We saw that in the Georgia game. We saw that in the South Florida game. We saw that a couple of times this past season. He showed flashes of when healthy and he's on it, that guy's on it. So want to see Quay Russaw stay healthy. This is the reason why he dropped that weight, going from 251 to 243. So he's healthy right now. He dropped that weight right now. So looking forward to seeing what Quay Russaw does. Also looking forward to seeing what Yanze Pierre does. He may be the most twitchiest of the edge rushers. He may be the best of the group that converts speed to power in terms of getting to the quarterback. So this is going to be interesting here. This is going to be very, very intriguing here, that in that outside linebacker position, that edge rusher spot. But Christian Robinson, I got to give it up to my guy right here. He's on a heater in recruiting. And I want him to continue to keep it up here, because if he can get numbers from Quay Russaw, if he can get numbers from Yanze Pierre, then now a lot of these recruits are going to say that edge rusher position, it's popping now at Bama. Why? Because look at what Christian Robinson did with Quay Russaw. Look at what Christian Robinson did with Yanze Pierre. Look at what Christian Robinson did with Noah Carter. Look at what Christian Robinson did with Justin Hill. If he can get some numbers to pop from these brothers this upcoming season, then that opens the door for a lot of more 4- and 5-star guys that want to come into Alabama. But right now, people talk about Courtney Morgan. People talk about Kagan DeBoer. People talk about Jamarcus Shepard and Maurice Linguist, and all of these guys have done well. But throw Christian Robinson's name in that conversation, because he's been phenomenal hitting this recruiting trail right here for your Crimson Tide. He's been fantastic here for Alabama. But we're gonna go back to getting some of your comments here. But first and foremost, people, you know what to do. Hit that like button. We got 106 people in here. Smash the like button. Hit that thumbs up. Like the show. Share the show around. Get everybody you know on the Bama Standard Network and on Bama Vision. Hottest morning show in the game every Wednesday, coming to you right here through YouTube. Hit that subscribe button as well. Get everybody that you know hitting that subscribe button. Super chats welcomed as well. Appreciate it also. And people, you know what to do here. You get that title towel with WillSports.com. Get that title towel today. Thomas Whitaker, Lavelle Wilson, love those two guys. Outstanding product. Get that towel, wave it in the air, put it in the air, throw it around, twirl it, wave it like you just don't care, in support of Kagan DeBoer in Alabama football. Got to have 100,000 of these yelling, screaming, waving, twirling, strong all season for Alabama football. But getting back into your comments in the comment section as we got our guys, Bama speaking now at SEC Media Days here. Came on the board there with Deontay Lawson, there with Tim Keenan, and there with Caden Proctor here. But we are continuing here with your thoughts, with your comments on the show here. Let's see, we're getting to those. Scrolling these up here. Man, I think I. Oh, here we go. There we go. Computer was messing up. We got it now. Sherry writes in, I believe Tank will commit to Bama. He doesn't want to be left out of that recruiting class. Go Christian. Yes, Christian Robinson doing a phenomenal job. And Sherry, I agree with you. Tank does not want to be left out, especially when you talk about you already got Sedaria Morgan in this class, CD Morgan 5-star. Then you got Xavier Crowell in this class, 5-star from Jackson, Alabama in-state. And I think both of those two in-state kids, they're roping in Tank. Both of those two, CD Morgan and EJ, they are roping in Tank to go on ahead and come on in. Go ahead on, give Bama that verbal commitment, Tank, and come on in here. Lisa writes in, SEC talking to Coach now. I missed it. The SEC Network, they're talking to Coach DeBoer. Coach now has transitioned, according to Lisa, to Feinbaum. And according to Kelsey Shep, my guy Kelsey, he writes in, Roman Harper is pressing DeBoer about this defense. Roman's a defensive guy. If Roman need to press him about the defense, Roman need to press him. Roman should press him about this defense. And that's the reason why DeBoer set it up that way, to have two defensive guys come with him, and Tim Keenan and Deontay Lawson. DeBoer needs to be pressed about, can this defense stop the run? Can this defense shut down the opposing team's run game? Does this defense have closers on it that can get to the quarterback and create sacks? Yes, we love turnovers. And Alabama, the back half of last season, it was getting interceptions. They were creating turnovers, but you also want guys that can close on the quarterback and get sacks and create negative plays that way as well. So pressing DeBoer about, hey, does this Bama defense have closers? Do they have closers on it that can get to the opposing team's quarterback? Absolutely. If I'm Roman Harper, I would be asking that question if I'm Roman Harper. Absolutely. But appreciate Roman there, pressing him. I mean, Roman asking the critical questions. Roman Harper's got to. He's a Bama guy. He's got to ask those critical questions. And one of those critical questions is being able to hit the quarterback, get after the quarterback. James Clark writes in, Roll Tide, Tank coming to Bama. Hey, look, man, Xavier Crowell, Sedaria Morgan, they're roping Tank in to commit. They are roping Tank in to commit. Kelsey writes in, exactly, Steven. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Roman's got to ask these questions. He's a defensive guy. And you need to ask about, does Bama have the closers? Does Bama have the guys that can affect the quarterback? Does Bama have the guys that can stop the run? There we go. Does Bama have those guys that can do that? Trick Shot 212 writes in, I want to see how the coaching staff uses the wide receivers. We got so much talent. That wide receiver room, and I'm going to get into that to wrap the show up here, but King on the board, Ryan Grubb, Jamarcus Shepard, you got to use all of these wide receivers. You got an influx of talent, and you can't let any of it go to waste. You got to use this wide receiver room. You got a major influx of talent there at that position. So, absolutely. Kelsey writes in, even the sideline presentation of him wearing black. Look, DeBoer and Kane Womack, they might need to get on the same page, Kelsey, and just wear black all season. I mean, just do it. Just do it. Just get on the same page, wear black all season, just to show, hey, we're coming after everybody. Get on the same page, wear black all season, just to show that we're coming after everybody in this conference and in college football. But you guys continue getting your thoughts in, getting your comments in as we're getting ready to wrap up the show. We transition into the final topic, people, of conversation. And that goes to the wide receiver room. And while there's so many receivers, right? We're excited about Jeremy Bernard. We're excited about Ryan Williams. We're excited about Latzia Brooks. We're excited about, Jalen Hale. Can he stay healthy as he's back? We're excited about, Rico Scott. I mean, is he the best kept secret that no one's really talking much about? We're excited about Rico Scott. We're excited about Jalen Mbakwe. How many reps does he get at wide receiver? We're excited about Isaiah Horton, transfer from Miami, coming in here. After working with Cam Ward, is this guy the next, Jameson Williams type? Because the comp for him has been Jameson Williams this entire offseason. But a guy that I want to talk about right now in this room is a guy that Nick Saban got during his tenure at Alabama, hit Saban's final recruiting class. Saban got this dude. And even in the transition from Saban to DeBoer, this guy didn't leave. This guy was highly touted and flipped to Alabama late in that 2024 cycle. And, had a little injury. And people forget about this brother sometimes. But this guy is a dog. Saban called this dude a straight dog and was uber happy for Alabama to get him. I'm referring to Bubba Hampton. Aaron Bubba Hampton. Where does he fit in this room? Where does Bubba Hampton fit? The guy was a highly touted athlete coming out of Dangerfield High School in Texas. Steve Sarkisian was on him from start to finish. He flipped to Bama late in the recruiting cycle, comes to Alabama. This is a young brother who has switched his number. He's now at 5'10", 195 pounds. Bubba Hampton's gone from 21 to 6. He wears number 6 now. Jersey change for all you out there. Bubba Hampton wears number 6. Hampton played in 3 games last year. He got hurt back in the spring. Didn't play in the spring. Got hurt. Bubba had Bubba in high school, junior of high school, 2022 here. We're talking about 55 catches, 1,161 yards, 13 touchdowns offensively at Dangerfield. Defensively, he showed he can get it done too. 57 tackles, 5 of those for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions. Bubba Hampton can ball, people. Where does he fit in this room, though? Does he have a breakout season? And if he can, even though you have such a deep receiver room, where does Bubba fit? I remember 2024, prior to the season, I was having a conversation with Kobe Prentice, who's no longer at Alabama. And Kobe Prentice mentioned, Bubba Hampton. Bubba got routes on him. He got routes. That's a guy to look at. Bubba Hampton, I like him. He got routes on it. And I'm looking forward to, when do we see those routes? When do we see that playmaking ability? Does he get the opportunity this year to showcase what he has? Because I can see him as a kickoff returner with that kind of speed and ability. I can see him as a punt returner with that kind of speed and ability. I can see Bubba Hampton. I can see him either in the slot. I can see him playing on the outside. Bubba's extremely talented, y'all. And it hurts that, it sucks that he didn't play in the spring because of an injury. Because now it's like, you're going to start Ryan Williams. You're going to start Jeremy Bernard. Latzia Brooks has shown you can't keep him off the field. And then you got Rico Scott and Latzia Brooks has shown you can't keep him off the field. Then you got Isaiah Horton. You got to play him, right? He had a phenomenal spring. You got to play him. So right now, your top 3 you would have to look at Ryan Williams, Germinator, Isaiah Horton. Those are your top three. Who becomes your fourth guy? Your fourth guy is literally a toss-up between Brooks and Rico Scott. That's your fourth option. And then you got Jalen Hale in there. He's going to play. You got Cole Adams in there. He's going to play. You got Derek Meadows in there. He's going to play. You got Jalen Mbakwe in there. You got to play him. You got Bubba Hampton in there. You got Bubba Hampton in there. So there's so much talent in this room, right? But where does Bubba Hampton fit? That's the biggest. That's my biggest question, because I love when Bubba came in 2024. Saban's final class. And Saban called him a dog and was so happy to have this man flip from Texas late in the 2024 cycle to Alabama. We were all going, man, Bama flipped him from Texas. There's something about this kid. There's something special about him. There's something elite about him. There's something marquee about him. Like Bama, we got to have this kid. And you get him. And he gets hurt. He gets injured because now he's a redshirt freshman. Only played in three games last year. Doesn't play in the bowl game against Michigan. Doesn't play in the spring. I'm very intrigued by where does Jamarcus Shepard, where does this coaching staff have Bubba Hampton in the coming fall? Like where is he on the depth chart? What position do they have him playing at? Because if he can get on the field, if he gets a chance to get on the field, I think he's got the ability to turn some heads seriously. If he can get on the field, I think this young man has the ability to really, truly turn some heads out there. Because, I mean, I like Jalen Hale. I really do. I want to see him back healthy. I like Rico Scott. I like Jalen Mbakwe, even though I think he should have stayed as a corner. I like Cole Adams. But, man, this kid here, Bubba, where does he fit? Man, if I was Jamarcus Shepard in this room right now, I would have a hard time. I mean, because I mean, you could take Hampton and rotate him with Ryan Williams in the slot. You could take Hampton and rotate him with Ryan and Latia Brooks in the slot. You could do that, but man, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be a challenge. I'm happy I'm not Jamarcus Shepard. I'm happy I'm not him. You got a whole lot of talent in this room, folks. Hopefully we will see where Bubba Hampton ends up here in this room at the receiver position. But folks, as always, people, appreciate you guys being a part of the show. You guys bring your thoughts in, bring your questions in, bring your comments in. As always, you hit that like button, you hit that subscribe button. You make this show a part of your Wednesday activity. You hit that subscribe button as well. Get locked into the Bama Standard Network, so that way you miss nothing when it comes down to your Alabama football. As always, you check out my guys, Title Towel, WhitwillSports.com, Thomas Whitaker, Lavelle Wilson. Love those guys. Love the product. You go to WhitwillSports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get a little discount there. Courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standard. Get you that towel, wave it, twirl it in the air like you just don't care here in support of King and the Boar and your Crimson Tide. Well, we've gotten to the Q&A segment here, folks. Getting your questions in here on the show. And I know y'all have got some questions here. So let's get to these. Let's find a couple of these and we can get to them here. Appreciate all of you guys getting your thoughts, getting your questions here. I think maybe, did I answer all of these questions? Let me see. Let me see here. Keon, Big Bama Country, Bama Booger, Keon Keeley. He's now at 282 pounds. Keon Keeley, 282 pounds. He's added on weight here. Anitra, was Deontay's weight loss due to the injury he had? I would say so, Anitra. I would say that the weight loss for Deontay Lawson was due to the leg injury he suffered there against Oklahoma last season. I think those were the only two. Here we go. 6-0 right in. Here's his question. Who is the starting quarterback? It seems to be a mystery according to Proctor. Okay, so right now, Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb has said if the season were to start right now, Ty Simpson's the starting quarterback, right? If the season were to start right now, Ty Simpson's the starting quarterback. However, we do see that DeBoer did not bring Ty Simpson to media days. So what does that mean? He's still encouraging the competition. Nobody has been flat out named right now 6-0, but according to Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb, if the season were to start right now, Ty Simpson's the guy. So Simpson has the lead right now, but nobody has been flat out named the starter as of right now. Eric D., who are you looking forward to hearing from the most, Steven? I'm looking forward to hearing with DeBoer up there, right? With DeBoer up there, with all of them speaking. I'm looking at hearing the most from Deontay Lawson and how this defense is going to look. And can this defense really be a top 3 to top 5 group across the board? So I'm looking forward to Eric D. hearing from Mr. Deontay Lawson. But yes, hit that like button, folks. Hit that subscribe button. Be a part here of the show. Appreciate Eric D. for his question. All of you guys for getting your questions in here. That's going to conclude the Q&A segment here of the show. You can always follow me at Coaching M. Smith on Twitter. Not hard to find right there. You can follow me at Coaching M. Smith on Twitter. You can on Twitter X. You can follow me right here on Wednesday, Bama Vision, part of the Bama Standard Network at 9 a.m. Central Time. You can follow me on the Bama Standard Show on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central. On Sunday night, Talking Bama with my guys JB, JT, Herb at 7 p.m. Central on Sundays. You can follow, the whole network here. We got a litany, people, of shows. We got a litany of shows. So if your flavor, doesn't matter what your flavor is. If you're feeling, if you're feeling the opening kick with my man Gerald Smoke Dixon, Daniel Petty, we got you right there. If you're feeling the Bama Standard, the flagship show on Tuesdays, we got you right there. We got the Herb and Raj podcast streaming on Tuesdays. We got you right there at 8 p.m. Central. Of course, with me, Bama Vision on Wednesdays. We got you right there at Crimson Dynasty on Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And then we got the Nightcap Teagues, George Teague and JT. We got you right there on Wednesday nights at 8:15. On Fridays, we got College Football Chatter with my guys, Jonathan Lewis and Brensky from the Sharpshooters Podcast. That's on Fridays. We got Constantly Smoking with Coach Smoke Dixon right there, and my guy Marvin Constantly Smoking there. So we got all of the flavor for you, and then we also have the Final Whistle right there. So check out the Final Whistle. They got their own YouTube channel, the Final Whistle right there. So check those guys out. So flavor for you every day of the week. But as always, people, until next time, you guys be good. You guys be blessed. Appreciate you, all of you guys, doing a phenomenal job helping me out here on this show. And until next time, folks, Bro Tati.